The following is an exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the National Football League.
Welcome to the NFL Draft. The Carolina Panthers select Shaq Thompson, linebacker.
Reason why he has that C on his chest.
With the 8th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers have selected Christian McCaffrey.
You coming or what?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, bro.
No, you did not.
Yeah. Welcome to Carolina.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. Welcome to Carolina Panthers.
The Carolina Panthers select DJ Moore, wide receiver, Maryland. The Carolina Panthers select Brian Burns, defensive end, Florida State. Carolina Panthers select Derek Brown, defensive tackle, Auburn. The Carolina Panthers select JC.
What's good, Coach?
I told you last night.
Hey, let's get to work.
Welcome inside a special 2022 NFL Draft edition of the Panthers Huddle. I'm your host, Kristen Balboni. There have been a lot of exciting things going on recently at Bank of America Stadium. Charlotte FC played their first ever home game. There have been back-to-back major concerts right here, but nothing has been more anticipated than the 2022 draft. And with the 6th overall pick, the Panthers selected offensive tackle and hometown kid Ike Ekwonu out of NC State. And we were right there for his draft night phone call.
Ike, you ready to stay in Carolina?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to stay.
I'm telling you what, we are so happy to get you, man. We are just so happy to get you. We just can't wait till you be one of the leaders on this team. We know you're going to get that, okay? When you came in, I said, we're getting this guy. If we get lucky, we get this guy. And I feel real lucky tonight because we got you. So,
Sir, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
704-980. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Hey, your suit game was elite.
I appreciate it. You know, I'll put something together.
Well, I hope you take a moment and share this with your family and thank your family. You're exactly the guy we want. I told you. I said only God could work to make this happen. So, you fired up?
I'm fired up. I'm fired up.
Hey, congrats, man. We're
Thank
so
you so
excited
much.
to get you. I thought there was no way we would get you.
Not only is Ike a Charlotte native, he actually grew up a Panthers fan, so what an incredible moment for him and his family. But Ike wasn't the only story of the weekend. The Panthers made 6 total picks in this year's draft. After Ike, they moved up to get quarterback Matt Corral in the 3rd round. Then they took Penn State linebacker Brandon Smith in the 4th. D-end Amare Barno from Virginia Tech and offensive lineman Cade Mays from Tennessee came to the Panthers in the 6th. And in the 7th round, they rounded it out with speedster Kalen Barnes, a DB from Baylor. And we'll be hearing from those rookies later in the show, so stay tuned for that. But it's not just about the young guys right now. This week, the team held voluntary off-season workouts. Players stepped out onto the field for the first time, getting in some practice and conditioning. And don't worry, rookie minicamp will be coming up soon, so we will get to see the draft picks up close and personal. And speaking of up close and personal, 1st-round draft pick Ike Ekwonu was in the building the day after he was drafted, and I had a chance to catch up with the newest Panther. Ike, welcome home. How has this day been for you?
It's just been surreal, honestly. You know, I was here not too long ago doing my 30th visit, and the fact that I'm right back here as a Carolina Panther just means a lot to me.
Well, it's about to get even more surreal. I'm so excited. I'm going to have the honor of walking you to your locker. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Right.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. What do you think about walking through this locker room right now?
It's kind of crazy, honestly. Really wild. Man, I'm really about to be here in a couple weeks, training and everything, so it's really just surreal.
So I've seen pictures of you, and you've got on a Luke Kuechly jersey. I know you're a fan of TD. This is their locker room. Now it's yours.
I see a lot of history in here, Super Bowl runs, and you know, future Hall of Famers. So the fact that I'm about to be in this building is crazy.
Have you processed all of this yet?
Oh, no, I don't think it's going to really hit me until I'm in my bed at home and I realize I'm 30 minutes away from work. That's really when it's going to hit me. But honestly, this whole moment has just been, it's been a blessing.
All right. It's right over here.
Man, I got a good spot too, right by the player lounge and everything.
Well, and have you looked at this? Look who's on either side of you. Other first-round picks.
Okay.
We got J.C. Horn, Derek Brown.
I can move the stuff around. I can play with it a little bit.
It's yours. You go for it.
My draft year right here. Making sure you get a good shot of that, man. The Kwanu in the back.
What does it mean to see your name on the back of a Panthers jersey?
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, growing up as a Panthers fan, it's really just crazy to think about. Like, honestly, just doesn't even seem real. All the free Panthers gear I could ever want in my life.
Yeah, I think you're going to be set on that. I will say that you are going to be set on that, no doubt about it.
Man, this is wild.
You know, put one of the hats on.
I was going to say, I might try to change
Yeah,
it out.
you wanted to play around with all this stuff. It's yours.
Might just switch it out real quick. I've had this hat on so long.
Yeah, we can get you some new stuff now.
I say.
Love that.
Man, I'm finally a Panther. This is crazy. I'm probably going to take this beanie home, too.
You're allowed to.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
This is my life. I feel
Look
like I'm
at you. I
stealing.
mean, you're like.
I feel like I'm a fan in here stealing, but it's just all my stuff. About to grab a shirt, too, off the coat rack. This looks new. I've never seen this one before.
Actually, you can't take that one. I'm messing,
Oh, okay.
I'm messing with you.
Yeah, okay.
Those are yours.
I got my gear here with me. I'm going to come right back and clear this whole rack.
All right, I know we're on camera, but I want you to do something for me really quick, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just take a look around, take a deep breath, and take it all in.
Dang. See the welcome home over there?
You're home.
Feels good. Feels great.
Congratulations again.
Thank
We're
you.
so happy to have you.
I appreciate it. It's great to be here.
Coming up on The Huddle, we sit down with General Manager Scott Fitterer as he walks us through this year's draft.
This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers television network is brought to you in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers, and by Atrium Health.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
How you doing, Mr. Tepper?
Hey, you know what? We're really happy here that we got you. You know,
Me too.
We you know what? We could see that you were burning. We love that. We love that. We really do. It's our lucky day, and it's your lucky day too, because you come to Carolina.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
No, really.
You're not going to regret it.
I'm just going to tell you this, brother. I know there's a lot of emotions, but you just ended up in the right place.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Coach Rule.
And we finally found a way to get to you. We believe in you. I want you to make sure you know that. So don't think about anything else other than the fact that you're a Carolina Panther. We believe in you.
I really appreciate that, Coach.
All right, dog.
Thank you.
Welcome back to The Huddle. I'm here with Panthers GM Scott Fitterer, fresh off of the draft. Scott, I know it has been a whirlwind few days, but I want to go back to night one, Thursday night, 6th overall pick, and it turns out that Ike Ekwonu is available. Did you think that was possible?
No, you know, we always hoped he would be there.
Yeah.
But we went through so many scenarios, and it just didn't look like he was going to get there. And the fact that all three were there was very surprising.
Mm-hmm.
But to have Ike there and the two other tackles that are all very good players was great. But Ike was our guy, and we loved everything he brings as a player and as a person.
And why was he your guy?
I think the coaches loved him. They loved the tape. But what you're buying is the person.
Mm-hmm.
And he is exactly what we need from a toughness, a leadership, intelligence, and just the person that he is when he comes in the building. You're drawn to him. And I know the players that met him, they feel that way too. And so he was the right guy for many reasons.
Night two, the Panthers traded up for Matt Corral. Can you talk me through that decision and why he was the right guy for the team?
You know, he was the guy that we identified early on, that he has the physical traits that we want. He had the arm, he has the quick release, he's mobile, he's tough, he's competitive. But then it's also, you know, when you get into just the makeup of the guy and what you look for in that position, he's a guy that Coach McAdoo and Coach Rule and all those guys were really drawn to. And, you know, the fact that he was on the board with a few other quarterbacks that we liked, and they just kept sitting there and they're sliding back and sliding and sliding. We just kind of stayed with it, and we're very fortunate to get him.
And I know, as you said, you map out every scenario, but was that another surprising thing, that there were so many quarterbacks available that late in the draft?
Yeah, that rarely happens with quarterbacks. Usually 3 will go in the first round. You know, even if you think it's a
Even
great
like
draft
top 10
or not.
sometimes,
but yeah, absolutely. So we were just very fortunate. Did not see that coming either.
Matt told me, I spoke to him right after the draft, and he said that the pre-draft conversations that he had with you and with Coach Rule and with Mr. Tepper all really stuck out to him. And he said that this was my #1 place. Did you all feel that way after getting to meet with him in person?
Yeah, we had a great conversation with him. I know Matt talked to him separately. McAdoo and Sean Ryan talked to him. I talked to him with Mr. Tepper. And just the honesty with which he talked to us, what he shared with us, the vision that he has for his career and what he could do for us, he really sold us on that.
So your first 2 picks of the 2022 draft, you get a quarterback and a left tackle, but then you rounded out the rest of the draft class by filling in some needs. How do you feel about the draft as a whole, and especially those guys you picked up in the later rounds?
Yeah, I thought it was good because we filled some needs. Then we also got some really athletic, fast guys.
Very fast guys.
Guys with tremendous upside, exactly.
Yeah.
And tremendous upside. And our coaches are very good at developing players. And so these are high-end trait guys with developmental upside that are good as they are right now, but the future is bright for them.
And you protected next year's draft, but were still able to make some moves. So when you look at how this draft went versus if you were playing it out in your mind Thursday morning before it happened, how did it compare to what you wanted to do?
The fact that we got Icky and Matt, like, we're very fortunate.
Yes.
You know, and you add someone like Brandon Smith in there, and like it couldn't have gone better. Like, and I thought the coaches and the scouts and the personnel guys did a really good job identifying these players and then just being patient during the draft. And there's great communication up front with Dave and Dan, Pat, myself, and Coach, and it just played out great. And so we're really happy about the weekend.
But I know your work is never done. You're here all the time. It feels like you never leave. You signed the undrafted free agents right after the draft was over. Are there areas that you're still looking at, or do you feel like the team's in a pretty good spot right now?
No, you know what? The roster's never set. We're always looking to upgrade, and we love the guys we have, but we're always looking what's next. How can we improve? And there's always areas you can get better. So.
Coming up next on The Huddle, we talk to a former Panthers lineman who knows a thing or two about being drafted in the top 10. Jordan Gross joins us after this.
This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers Television Network is brought to you in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers, and by Atrium Health.
Welcome back to The Huddle. I am joined now by Panthers legend Jordan Gross. And Jordan, before we talk draft, you told me just a second ago that you're wearing your special sunglasses for the interview. Is that right?
Well, these are my everyday wear when I'm doing my stuff out here on the farm. You'll never guess where I got these. The 2014 Pro Bowl. They came in player gift bag, and these things are indestructible. I've dropped them, stepped on them. They just keep on ticking. So it's like a relic from my days when I was a cool Pro Bowl player. They're still a daily wear, so I thought I'd share that with you. Why I'm wearing them on our shot today.
All right, let's talk about the draft. I want to go back to last Thursday night when you're watching and you see that Ike Ekwonu is still available when the Panthers are picking at 6. What are your immediate reactions that this fell into the lap of the Panthers?
I was excited about this draft because it seemed that there was a number of tackles that you could pick at that 6th spot. So if the Panthers decided to go that way, there was going to be some quality available most likely. But to know that the Panthers got to choose from all the tackles and they got the hometown guy that they wanted, Ike, who, you know, I don't need to do in-depth draft analysis, but of course I'm always going to pay attention to the tackles that are coming up in the draft. And I loved him from the beginning. So when the Panthers drafted him, I was just excited. And it's obviously for me a lot of nostalgia. He was picked 6, I was picked 8. But I know how he feels. I don't know how it feels to play for your hometown team, but I know kind of what he's thinking about, what's going through his head. Just excited for the organization in general.
Let's talk about the transition from college to the pros. What fans, of course, fans are going to want to see him out there. First game, you know, essentially at all-pro status. I know that you played right tackle your first year, but in general, what is that transition like for a left tackle from college to the pros?
It's just so much faster. Yeah, I talked about that already earlier, Kristen. You can't fathom how much faster the NFL is on the field than college was, and at whatever level, right? So that's a big learning curve. But again, going back to the athleticism and the amount of snaps he's played on the field, it won't be too much for him to overcome. You just got to learn quick. You know, going against Julius Peppers every day for 7 years was just so wonderful for me. And I get to see now that Icky and Brian Burns, you know, that's kind of a relationship that's going to help him a lot. He'll be frustrated at times because Brian's a very talented pass rusher, but that's the best thing he could get was that speed and length that Brian's going to give to him. I think the other thing that would be huge is for the Panthers to decide, all right, is he our left tackle, which he should be? You know, I don't think you should move Taylor. If he's our left tackle, put him in there with the ones on day one. And then figure out from the free agency, I loved our offseason free agency signings, figure out who's going to be that left guard. And the best thing you can do for Icky is to marry him to a guard and keep that relationship the same from the beginning.
Now, I know that I asked you to do the show so we could talk about Icky, but of course, because you're right here, I got to ask you about the rest of the draft. And I want to know what you thought about the Panthers being able to trade up into the third round for quarterback Matt Corral and those quarterbacks being there and essentially getting to take their pick, not just at left tackle, but also at quarterback here.
Isn't it funny how being a third round pick, people are excited, but it's not the same if we would have drafted this quarterback 6th overall. And what I'm getting at is I think that the Corral signing was huge. I mean, it was a incredible opportunity to move up and get a guy with a huge upside. And now I know Corral would have liked to have gone sooner, and why he didn't, you know, we'll never know. But he has minimal pressure on him to perform from day one, right? And he's got a huge opportunity because, as you know, our quarterback situation, there's talent in the room, but it's yet to be determined still, you know, how that plays out. So I know Darnold is an outstanding leader. I know that the quarterback room has good veteran experience in it. But the fact that we got Corral in the third round, I thought it was fantastic. Great leadership, great job by the draft crew or the scouting crew to be able to put that value on him and know now that we've got kind of an ace in the hole, see how this kid develops. And I know from watching him play, when he does get in the game in the preseason, early on opportunities, he's going to make a spark. And that's going to be something that all of us Panther fans are excited about.
Well, speaking of being excited, just talking to you, Jordan, makes me excited for the season, having you back here so we can do our games together. Thank you and your sunglasses so much for jumping on the Panthers Huddle. I appreciate it.
2014 Pro Bowl, baby, right there. Thanks, Kristen.
Closed captioning for the Panthers Television Network is provided by Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates, helping you enjoy the sights and sounds of the NFL all season long.
What's up, fellas? How we doing? I'm glad to have you guys here, man. I hope this is a good day for you guys. I brought out J.C. Horn. He's our first-round draft pick, shutdown corner. We just have a lot of respect for you guys. I know what you guys are building. Coach McFadden, I know what you're building. J.C. taught me a lot of things. You know, you got to look good to feel good to play good, yes? You guys like to look good when you step on the field. So we got you guys all custom-made Nike cleats for the whole squad. We want you guys to put those cleats on and feel good as you take the field. Keep doing what you're doing, keep building what you're building, both on the field, in the classroom, and off the field as well. So hopefully you guys like them.
Y'all keep working hard, man. Keep doing the right thing. Try to lead with the right foot. It'll take you a long way. Let's go. Patriots on 3, Patriots on me. 1, 2, 3, Patriots.
I want them to feel good about what they're doing. I want them to feel good about the things that they have. And so, you know, there's sometimes disparities in terms of, you know, one program has this, one program has that. So for us to be able to give just you know, even some cleats to some kids and make sure that they when they look down at their feet, they look good and they feel good about themselves. And they go out and play with confidence and have a great memory.
Well, it is great to see that even in the midst of such a busy week, Coach Rule and the organization took the time to give back to high schools in the area. And speaking of being busy, draft night is an absolute whirlwind for these young picks. But luckily, each of the picks was able to hop on Zoom and chat with me just moments after their selections. Take a look. Brandon, congratulations. Welcome to the Panthers. What did it mean for you to know that the Panthers traded up to come get you in the draft?
It meant a lot. It meant a lot to me, and also in my family, and everybody's excited for it as well. Knowing that they traded up to get me was really a blessing to hear, and it was a great thing to hear, and really just shows how much they wanted me within the moment. And really, I'm just excited to get in Carolina blue and get in the pads, and you know, just put in the work and represent for the organization.
What does this moment mean to your family?
I mean, it means everything. You know, I really am much appreciative of Mr. Tepper and Mr. Fitterer for just giving me this opportunity to be a Panther. And, you know, I promise they're not going to regret it. I can guarantee you they're not going to regret it. And I'm really ready to get to work.
Did you think that this could be a possibility after that
100%,
meeting?
100%. I definitely thought this was everyone, when like my close friends would ask me of where they thought I was going, it was Carolina was definitely the place where I thought I would be.
Amari, congratulations. You grew up in Blythewood, South Carolina, an hour away from Charlotte. You said your parents live in Charlotte now. So what was it like finding out that you were going to get to play for the hometown team?
Yeah, it was great. When I got the call, I was trying to hold back tears. Just like growing up, seeing all the players that went to the Panthers and stuff like that, and just like being a part of a great organization, that's just like a dream come true, to be honest.
I really enjoyed my chance getting to chat with all of the draft picks. Cannot wait to see what they do on the field for the Panthers. Unfortunately for us, though, we are out of time for today. Hope you've enjoyed all the behind-the-scenes access we've given you throughout the draft, and we have got even more of it coming your way very soon with Panthers Confidential. Right now, though, let's take a sneak peek.
Welcome to the 22 NFL Draft.
All right, man. Let's hope the first one goes our way.
Detroit has submitted its pick. Houston is now on the clock.
The draft starts at 3. Everyone always thought 6 with Carolina. It's 3 with Houston. We'll find out here.
This is the one we need right here.
All right, we're under 5 minutes.
The Texans have made their selection. It will be announced shortly.
Here we go, folks.
You've been watching the Panthers Huddle, a copyrighted presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the NFL.